What's good, everyone? Welcome to the Power Up Podcast, episode number 8. I'm running out of fingers. We're almost there. I am your host, Sir Snorlax, aka Dennis, and we have a lot to get to, including my thoughts on Clair Obscure Expedition 33. I've been playing through the game, and I want to give you my review so far of the game. Spoiler alert, I'm loving it, but we'll get into that later. The first thing I want to talk about is EVO Japan 2025. We had some new champions crowned, some returning champions, and a few announcements. First, Tekken 8. In our Tekken 8 tournament, we had Knee taking first in Tekken 8, defeating Mogold in the grand finals. It was a pretty awesome match, and he made a post after winning where he said, "I hope I've shown there's still hope for gamers in their 40s. Let's keep pushing even when the path is tough." There's been a lot of negativity around Tekken 8 since the Season 2 patch came out, but it was still an awesome tournament in my opinion. There was a lot of great moments. We will, continue to see. There's been some updates that are be coming out soon that we'll discuss here in a moment. But moving on to Street Fighter 6. WBG's Mena RD takes the crown once again, back-to-back EVO Japan 2025 Street Fighter 6 champion. Shouts out to Mena for the crown. It was an awesome outing. There was this one particular moment. This air grab. Go check it out. There's plenty of footage out there about it. But just the matches themselves were great. The representation across the board in the top 8 was awesome. From characters like Mai, Guile, Zangief, Blanca. So it was an awesome showing. So shouts out to the winners and the top 8s for both of those games. And in Guilty Gear, we had, Guilty Gear also had its showing. Daru took Guilty Gear. And in Fatal Fury, we had Shao Hai take Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. So now we're moving on. And for us here in Florida, we're looking forward. As of this date, we're 30 days from CEO. And I'm definitely going to be talking about that once we come back from that. We're going to be shooting some stuff, and, it'll be an awesome time. But we'll see how, the trend keeps going, not just with Tekken, with the things that are coming, but just FGC as a whole. The next thing I want to get into is some announcements that were made during EVO Japan 2025. So we're going to get to some trailers here, showing off just some different interesting things, like this collaboration that is coming out. So let's get to that here. Yeah, we gotta destroy some cars in Street Fighter, right? Oh. Available May 20. So it's right around the corner. So that's cool. I don't know if I'll play it. I don't play Overwatch. I don't play Overwatch, but I might try it out. Again, I prefer Marvel Rivals, honestly, if I'm going to play that type of game. I've never really been an Overwatch person, but it looks interesting. It's an interesting collaboration. Yeah, it was very. I had heard there's some rumors that came out earlier in the week about it, but the trailer's nice. The trailer was cool. I like the intro with the arcade and just the character select screen. It was pretty decent, but the next the next trailer I want to get into is actually a reveal trailer for the new Virtua Fighter project. It was a character reveal, so we'll check that out.
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Returning to the ring, a legend in his own right, a man who once dominated wrestling, who redefined what it means to be a fighter, and what dark design of fate has led him to face tonight, the very team.
Yo, I'm getting hyped just from the announcer.
That led to his controversial retirement that shocked the world. Free from his pack tonight, he's hunting solo. The force of pain you can contain. Wolf Fiend.
Nice. Okay. I see it. He kind of looks like Ganondorf. I'm just gonna say it. He looks like Ganondorf, and this new Virtua Fighter game, there's a lot of hype behind it, and there's a lot of people hopeful. With that, there was another announcement that was made: Virtua Fighter 5 Revo, that was released on PC, Steam, will be coming to consoles, PlayStation, Xbox, I believe even Switch 2. So that's going to be awesome. That's going to be coming soon. So it'll be console playable with all the kind of the upgrades that they made to Virtua Fighter 5 for that release. So it'll be awesome. We got more Virtua Fighter for all the Virtua Fighter players out there. Like I said, it's got a lot of hype. People are very hopeful. A lot of people turned to Virtua Fighter when Tekken, released their Season 2 patch. They were so disappointed that they said, you know what, let's go to another 3D fighter. So we'll see how that turns out. The creators of Like a Dragon are involved in not just Revo, but this game too, this new one coming up, and it looks fantastic. So we'll see how much more we get here this year before we get an official date. But the next one was a couple of announcements that came out for Tekken. So let's get into that one.
I'm going to make you pay. Your luck is run out.
These are interesting outfits. June 2nd, we're getting an update. 3rd, June 3rd, I think. June 2nd and 3rd, depending on where you're at in the world. Nice. Pac-Man stage. You know, the stage we had to pay extra for. The anniversary. The anniversary. The Pac-Man anniversary is here. We're getting 3 balance adjustments. We got 1 today, May 13th. And now, a character reveal. Fakuram is back. Fakuram is back. We got some balancing happening. A lot is going on. And a lot of people are not happy with Fakuram. I don't care. I mean, it's a returning character. We're getting a new character in this season pass, so I don't know if it'll be a guest character or if it'll be like a new to Tekken character, like an original character. So that'll be interesting to see. The Pac-Man stage for the anniversary for Pac-Man. Krispy Kreme just came out with Pac-Man themed donuts. So there's a lot happening with Pac-Man across the board. I'm not happy with the dates of these damn updates because we got one today. No problem. Cool. No problem. June 3rd. June 3rd. 10 days before CEO. And we're getting a patch. I just hope it's worth it. That's all I'm saying. Because I know there were some balances that occurred. I haven't looked at the patch yet. It seems like everyone got leveled. The balance is there. I saw a lot of good reactions to the balance patch. This balance patch particularly. So we'll see what the next one brings. I think they're slowly, fixing the problems that everyone has not been happy with, which is cool. I know that the balance team got changed. It was a brand new balance team, and then they changed it and reverted back to bringing in some members from the old balance team for Tekken 7, I believe. So we'll see what that does for us. On to the next story. Sticking with the Tekken of it all, Harada made a couple of tweets um, concerning a request that has been made for a specific stage, the Waffle House stage. There was this poll, I think this questionnaire thing. I can't remember exactly what it was, but Harada asking, what are some things that some players might want in Tekken, and one of the things that was talked about a lot was a Waffle House stage. We all know, the meme. The first tweet was a response to Andres L underscore 1997 on Twitter, X, whatever you call it. Still waiting for my Waffle House stage, Harada. So Harada replied, if we can't get that house name license, how about we call it Hustle House Stage? Doesn't that make sense to everyone? And someone replied, Mr. Harada, the name of the stage is not the most important part. People are wanting to have the experience of fighting inside a restaurant and then being thrown out the window where you can continue fighting in the parking lot. The name Hustle House is actually perfect and funny. To which Harada replied, to be honest, within the bounds of what I can say, I fully understand you guys' request. That's precisely why I had considered taking on this challenge. In fact, I had already been thinking about it quite a while ago. Over the past year or more, I've actually tried to make contact through several different channels. However, and this is purely my own speculation, I suspect that the lack of response may be due to the fact that the project I'm known for revolves around, quote, fighting-themed video games. By the way, no response equals very rare case. That said, if, like I suggested earlier, using a different name or format is acceptable as long as the core message is maintained, that I would be willing to seriously reconsider and explore this again. Harada, I'm okay with Hustle House. Give us the damn stage. Give us what we want. Now, Waffle House, not that it needs the marketing because everyone knows Waffle House. Hey, maybe y'all should respond. I don't know. I'm just saying. You're already known for it. Might as well lean into it, Just lean into it. It is what it is, we've seen a lot of brands in the past lean into memes. So why not you be the next one, Waffle House? Give the world what we want. And Harada, give the world what we want. If you can't make the Waffle House thing happen, Hustle House is completely fine with me and it's fine with everyone else. Like the guy said earlier, we just want to fight in a restaurant. So please, give us what we want. But I digress. That might happen, and that will be cool. That would be pretty cool. So, with that said, let's get into the next news story. Marvel 1943 has been delayed to next year. The game's publisher announced. This article comes from Video Games Chronicle. In a statement posted on X, Skydance Games said the game, which was previously set to release in 2025, will now come out early next year instead. We have an important update, the post reads. Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra will now be launching in early 2026. Taking this additional time will allow us to add more polish and make sure we give you the best possible experience and one that lives up to our vision. We have some exciting things in store and look forward to sharing more soon. Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra was first revealed in March 2024 during an Unreal Engine showcase at the Game Developers Conference. The game, which stars Drew Moerlin, I did not say that right, and I will just go ahead and keep on going, as Captain America, and Carrie Payton as Black Panther, is the latest adventure from Amy Hennig, the writer and creative director of the first three Uncharted games. In an interview with Entertainment Weekly last December, Hennig said the game's 1943 setting allowed her and the rest of the game's development team to do a bunch of interesting things. One of which was not only tell a story with a young Steve Rogers who's still trying to find his feet, as opposed to the more seasoned guy that we've seen a lot in the in a lot of the films. It also lets us introduce a new Black Panther of 1943. It led us to tap into all the things that we love, all of the wonderful tropes of World War II era action films, classic men on a mission movies, and all of that. There's a lot of intrigue in our story, a lot of twists and turns, fascinating characters, and interesting locations. According to the official plot synopsis for Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra, in the chaos of war, worlds collide. Captain America and Azuri, the Black Panther of the 1940s, must overcome their differences and form an uneasy alliance to confront their common enemy, fighting alongside Gabriel Jones of the Howling Commandos and Nanali, a Wakandan spy embedded in occupied Paris. They must join forces to stop a sinister plot that threatens to turn the havoc of World War II into the ultimate rise of Hydra. Now, I've seen a couple of I think they released a little small preview. I can't remember where, but it looks awesome. It's a pretty cool concept. I'm hoping that you'll be able to play as both characters, because that will be cool. I don't know if it's going to be linear or whatnot, but the game sounds pretty interesting. It's a nice take. It's an interesting direction they're going with it. So it definitely looks cool. But we'll have to wait till early 2026 to see it. I'm all for polish, so go for it. It's like I said in my last episode, there's plenty of things for us to play. On to our next story. Fallout Season 2 premieres in December and has been renewed for Season 3 as announced at Amazon's Upstart. That's exciting. We were already ready for Season 2. We got that little bit of a tease. If you haven't seen it, I won't talk about it, at the end of the first season, and where we're going in Season 2. I know that they posted that they've wrapped production and filming on Season 2, so we're in the works for Season 2, and now we're already renewed for Season 3. That's fantastic. I'm all for that. I love the first season of Fallout, and I'm definitely ready for the next one. So it'll be interesting to see where they take the story. We know where we're going. We'll see how much of that world we'll get to explore. Also coming, another TV announcement. Disney's Upstart conference, they announced that for Daredevil, Born Again Season 2, Kristen Ritter is officially returning as Jessica Jones. I'm hyped for that. I love Jessica Jones. I love the character. I love the series. I loved her in Defenders. The interactions between her and Matt Murdock were amazing and hilarious, and I'm all ready for more Jessica Jones as she joins the MCU. And it's just one more step into getting the Defenders into the MCU. We've got Daredevil, we got Punisher, the heroes for hire. And if we get Luke Cage back, I will take Iron Fist with him. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Because I wasn't a fan of the Iron Fist. I wasn't a fan. I wasn't the biggest fan. But I was a huge fan of Luke Cage. And if it means bringing back this Iron Fist, I will. If that means that we get Luke Cage, I will be happy with it. So, the next story I want to get into is the story of Giant Bomb. Um, so in the course of like 10 days, a couple of things happened. So I'm going to read you the first article from Video Games Chronicle talking about the future of Giant Bomb website. By Giant Bomb website, the article reads: "Future of Giant Bomb website in doubt following prominent staff departures. The brand would undergo a strategic realignment, according to owner fandom." The trailblazing video game website Giant Bomb has faced significant staff departures as owner fandom claims the brand will undergo strategic reset and realignment. The news comes after weeks of uncertainty around the website, which abruptly ceased live streaming content last month. Earlier this week, the 888th episode of the Giant Bombcast, one of the longest running video game podcasts of all time, was published and then swiftly removed. The episode included a lengthy section where the host mocked a series of overreaching brand guidelines given to the website by the current owner fandom. These guidelines included rules on swearing and other restrictions on content, which were entirely different from the style of content that Giant Bomb has built its reputation on, hence the mockery from the cast. On his last of the Nintendogs podcast following the removal, Giant Bomb staff member Jeff Grubb said that while the decision to remove the episode wasn't his decision, the decision to keep it down was. Longtime staff member Dan Riker discussed the issues faced by the site during a stream on Wednesday, claiming he would never appear on Giant Bomb again. Again, this is last week. And that the direction that fandom was taking the company was not one he would like to be a part of. Riker insinuated on the same stream that he will continue doing what he loves in the future, in addition to his Fire Escape podcast. Grubb also confirmed his departure, writing, "Well, that was a dream come true. Knew it wouldn't last long, though. Out of a job at the moment, but I'll always be doing patreon.com/game mess." Contributor Mike Minotti also confirmed he would no longer contribute to Giant Bomb going forward. Giant Bomb owner fandom has responded to the uncertainty around the brand. As you know, we temporarily paused Giant Bomb live stream, and that content is currently available on demand to our audience. A spokesperson for fandom told Kotaku in an email. "We understand this programming pause isn't ideal for our audience, but it's part of a strategic reset and realignment of our media brands. We have some creative ideas for the future of Giant Bomb that we're actively working on that we'll be able to communicate more about soon." Giant Bomb launched in 2008 by veteran games journalist Jeff Greisman following his termination from GameSpot. He, along Brad Shoemaker, Vinny Caravella, and Ryan Davis, served as the site's original staff. A pioneer in video content in the video game media industry, Giant Bomb built a loyal following due to the staff's unwavering honesty and the rapidly growing Giant Bombcast. The website, along some sister sites, was acquired by CBS Interactive in 2012, reuniting Greisman with the company that fired him in 2008. It was around that time that Giant Bomb's subscription model gained traction. The site offered fans a chance to pay around $5 per month for premium video content, essentially establishing the crowd-supported games media model years before the launch of Patreon. In 2013, Ryan Davis passed away at the age of 34. I think whether they realized it or not, most people who write about video games kind of wanted to be Ryan Davis, wrote then Polygon editor Justin McElroy. "I know I did. Ryan was that rare voice that was able to be brutally critical and frank and funny and still be well liked by basically everyone. How could anybody walk the line that well?" In 2020, Giant Bomb was sold by CBS to Red Ventures as part of a deal that saw the sale of CNET and GameSpot. The following year, Brad Shoemaker, Vinny Caravella, and longtime Giant Bomb staffer Alex Navarro announced that they were leaving the company. The three formed Nextlander, a Patreon-supported outlet. In June 2022, it was announced that the site's last remaining founder, Jeff Greisman, would be leaving the website. Greisman would later confirm on his new podcast, The Jeff Greisman Show, that he was fired, although he later said he planned to leave the company prior to his termination. In October 2022, Giant Bomb was acquired by Fandom Inc. Months later, two Giant Bomb staffers, including longtime video producer Jason Ostreicher. I'm sorry, Jason, I said your name wrong. Were laid off. Giant Bomb's entire library of premium content has been archived by fans who have anticipated the closure of Giant Bomb for some time. 10 days later, there's a PAX East panel for Giant Bomb, in which it was announced, and this article also comes from Video Games Chronicle, Giant Bomb has been sold by Fandom and will continue independently. The site has been purchased by long-time staff members. Giant Bomb has been sold by Fandom and will continue independently. Announced during the group's PAX East panel, the site has been sold by Fandom to longtime staffers Jeff Grubb, Jeff Bacalar, Dan Riker, Mike Minotti, and Jan Ochoa. The news was announced during the group's PAX East panel. Giant Bomb is now owned by the people who make Giant Bomb, and it would not have been possible without the speedy efforts of Fandom and our mutual agreement on what's best for the fans and creators, said Jeff Grubb and Jeff Bacalara in a joint statement. The future of Giant Bomb is now in the hands of our supporting community who have always had our backs no matter what. We'll have a lot more to say about what this looks like soon, but for now, everyone can trust that all the support we receive goes directly to this team. Giant Bomb will now focus on subscriptions, which have been raised from $5 to $10, as that money goes to us. That money now goes to us, said Grubb. Former owners Fandom provided the following statement. Fandom made the strategic decision to transition Giant Bomb back to its independent roots, and the brand has been acquired by longtime staff and content creators, Jeff Bacalara and Jeff Grubb, who will now own and operate the site independently. Fans are at the core of everything we do at Fandom, and we're committed to not only serving them, but also supporting the creators they love. And the sale of Giant Bomb represents a natural extension of that mission. We're confident Giant Bomb is in good hands, and his legacy will live on with Jeff and Jeff. Financial details of the deal were not disclosed. The news comes after weeks of uncertainty around the website. Here's what I'll say on the matter. I think that's awesome. I think it's awesome that they made that decision. At the end of the day, when the issues started happening about a week ago, I heard and I saw a lot of articles about it, talking about it, and a lot of people were not happy with the fact that the people that made Giant Bomb were leaving, and they didn't want anything to do with whatever Fandom was doing. And I think this was the push that put us in the direction of Giant Bomb becoming independent. There's a great episode of Kind of Funny that Kind of Funny Games Daily talking about this particular topic, and with Jeff Grubb on the show, that I would recommend everyone go check out to hear what their take and their thoughts on it. It was a great episode to discuss this awesome deal and awesome turnout of what looked to be a bleak future for Giant Bomb. So with that, I will say this: support your favorite creators. whether it be video games media or content creation, whatever the case may be. Support them. I haven't don't I don't think I talked about this a little bit on the first episode, but my inspiration to do this was a show called What's Good Games. It was a show that I listened to every week, and sometimes twice a week when they had multiple episodes. I tried to catch streams. I tried my best to support, and the ladies of the show, sunset the show not too long ago, but always support the creators you love. Um, you know, you, because they can't do it without you. They can't do it without your support. And I like to give personal shout out to um, Embers Lodge, twitch.tv/Embers Lodge. My boy, I appreciate you. You support the show. And again, I want to give you a shout out. Like I said, we want to make sure that we're supporting our favorite, content creators. And another one, he doesn't stream that often, but TV Tengu, the man who has created a lot of art for me, who has, some great ideas and awesome streams. So check them out. Like I said, just support your favorite creators because they can't do it without you. And so please do what you can. Kind of Funny Games, another you know organization that I love. I love that team. I listen to them all the time. Go out there and support them. Support Giant Bomb because now it's independent. It's in the fans' hands and what to keep the content the way that everyone loves. So I'll get off my soapbox now. Into our next topic. Magic the Gathering is having a crossover. Their Universes Beyond crossover with Final Fantasy, and they had a panel at PAX East, and they revealed a lot of cards from the set and continue to do so. So let's get into that a little bit. So here are some of the cards. So we're starting off with Clive, Ifrit's Dominant. The art is beautiful. They've brought in so many artists, and the collection comes through, and it covers a lot of different, all of the games really. They're cards for all the games. These are the Commander sets that are going to be coming out. Terra, Cloud, Tidus, and I never know how to say Ishtola, I think it's called, covering, our, Final Fantasy 6, 7, 10, 14. The next one, this is awesome, and I'll say why here. Sid, Timeless Artificer, has a card, has a different art for every single Sid that has appeared in a game. Now, the keyword is appeared because we have the Sids from 2 to 16. Not 1 because Sid is mentioned but never actually seen. But as we all know, there is a Sid in every Final Fantasy game. And we will see them here. I mean, our 15 Sid, which a lot of people are kind of arguing that they should have done the girl. His granddaughter, I think it was. I mean, to go as far as to this is a very popular Sid, I'm sure. I want this card. The detail to create a Sid from every single Sid in every game. The card is exactly the same. It doesn't change. It's the art, okay, that changes. And to have a Sid from every single game is pretty freaking awesome. Headmaster Sid shouts out Final Fantasy VIII. We all know that Final Fantasy VIII is one of my favorites here. This is pretty freaking awesome. I don't play Magic. I'm going to start by saying that. I don't play Magic. I should have started with that to begin with. I have started to play Magic. Shouts out Scourge for the lessons, and shouts out to again TV Tengu for also getting me into this. But I'm getting this. I don't know how, but I will get this card. And I say that. I say that because it's Squall. I love Squall. We have Renoa here. And the Angelo dog token. How could you not want the good boy? You know, we're even covering Final Fantasy 1, you know, with the different job classes. Garland, Chaos. I mean, again, this is just amazing. Some of these, as you notice, like have the little corner, the name, the little icon next to the name. So I guess if know this correctly, this is like from like the standard, and this is the commander legal, or I should say, this is for commander only, and this is for like standard, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments because I might be completely way off base because I don't know Magic that well, but there's so many different play styles. It's crazy. It's one of the reasons why I never got into it. Also because this is very expensive. Esperterra, and then the alt arts for these cards look beautiful. Like I said, they've brought in so many artists to create these. You know, this is the Cloud X Soldier. This is the Commander one. Aerith. This Sephiroth, if you put one on top of the other, connects, and it's freaking awesome. Tifa again. Yuna. Titus this is our commander for the Titus deck. Xanarkin. Even the lands are awesome. Zidane from 9 is pretty cool. Vivi. Can't forget Vivi. Can't have this without Vivi. I didn't really play 12. I want to. It's a game that's on my list to play. So I don't really know these characters very well, but I know they're important. Bahamut. You have summons in this game. We have summons and summon cards. My girl, Lightning, I'm just going to say right now, I will be getting this card. I will be getting this specific card, okay? Because this is one of my favorite pieces of art and one of my favorite images of Lightning. I love 13. I feel it's an underrated game. I feel that it needs to have a remaster, and along with 13.2 and Lightning Returns. Sorry, I'm going on a rant here. Fang and Vanille, awesome. Fang was also one of my favorites from that game. Ishtola. I love that even 14 got some representation here. Noctis. Arden. And then we saw Clive earlier. Different versions of Clive. Jill, she was dominant, and Shiva. And the alt art. So I will tell you that I have pre-ordered the Titus set and the Cloud set. They sold out like that. I was only able to get the Titus set through Target when they put up their pre-orders, because they put up their pre-orders later. And I was able to get the Cloud starter on Galaxy of Toys, I think it's called. I don't remember where I got it from now. I should probably look into that. I hope I get it. The sucky part about this is that it comes out the weekend of CEO. So we're going to be spending a lot of money. A lot of money. I won't be here to get my cards, so that's also going to suck. I know there's a TCG area and vendors at CEO, so keeping my fingers crossed that they bring some of the sets. I want to get packs because I want to get certain cards. There is a Sack Fair card that you sacrifice him, and if he has equipment, you can give that equipment to another creature, and that may be sad. I love Sack Fair. It's one of my favorite Final Fantasy characters. It's up there with Squall. Um, so tell me what you guys think. Are you excited for the Magic Final Fantasy crossover? I know some people have some issue with the universes beyond and stuff. So let me know what you guys think. I'm excited for it. It's getting me. It's doing the job that they wanted to do, is bringing in people into Magic that aren't into Magic. So I'm all for it. I've been playing Magic um, here recently to try to learn the commander style of the game. I even got a Fallout Universes Beyond commander deck. There's some other sets too that have come out that I'm interested in. But when Final Fantasy stuff comes out, I'm gonna focus on getting Final Fantasy stuff. I have very much gotten into cardboard lately. Between that and Union Arena, which I will talk about in a different episode, but Union Arena is also a really great game that I've been really enjoying. So, with that, it's time for Clair Obscure Expedition 33. So, I want to talk about what my thoughts are on the game, but we'll start off first with, and I have some gameplay footage running here as I read this, but I want to go through the press release for Clair Obscure Expedition 33. Lead the expedition, break the cycle. Clair Obscure Expedition 33 is out now. Debut release by independent developer Sandfall Interactive. Available today on, this was on the 24th of April. Available on the 24th of April. Clair Obscure Expedition 33, the highly anticipated debut by French independent studio Sandfall Interactive and published by Kepler Interactive, responsible for Pacific Drive, Sifu, and Tisha, is now available to purchase worldwide on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, available now on Xbox Game Pass, and PC via Steam and Epic Games Store. Featuring an original fantasy world inspired by Belle Epoque France. I'm terrible. I'm having a lot of difficulty saying things today. Expedition 33 delivers an emotional cinematic story brought to life by an incredible voice cast of both video game and cinematic talent in both English and French, including Charlie Cox, Jennifer English, Ben Starr, and Annie Serkis. Featuring innovative reactive turn-based battles and deep character build customizations, players will embark on a journey across a world of wonder filled with stunning locations, secrets, and challenging side content connected by a fully navigatable, explorable world map. Along today's launch, Lace Records have also released Clair Obscure Expedition 33 original soundtrack on all major streaming platforms with 154 original tracks and over 8 hours of music. Players can now listen to the game's complete soundtrack composed by Lorraine Testard, featuring vocals by Alice Duport-Percier and guest vocals by Victor Borba and Ben Starr, voice actor for the mysterious character Verso, among others. Fans can also discover Nos Vies en Lumière, a special 33-minute long song that embodies key themes from the soundtrack into the musical journey that echoes the wider world of Expedition 33. Clair Obscure, again, is now available on PS5, Xbox Series S and S, PC. Fans can also purchase the digital deluxe on all platforms, which includes the Flowers collection, a Clair custom outfit for Maël, and an obscure costume outfit for Gustav, along with the base game. So this game has had me. The game. So a little more info on the game. It takes place in a dark setting. Every year for the past 67 years, the people of the isolated island of Lumiere have suffered an event called the Gommage. I believe that Gommage is, if I remember read it correctly, it means like erasure, I think it's called, where an entity known as the Paintress paints an ever descending number, and all humans with an age above that number disappear. Every year after the Gomage, Lumiere sends an expedition of volunteers to head out to the mainland in an effort to slay the Paintress before she can paint a new number. Expedition 33 is the latest to set out. Members of Expedition 33, Gustav, a resourceful engineer who only has a year left to live, Mael, the youngest member of the expedition, and Gustav's foster sister, Lune, my favorite, a brilliant scholar and mage, Sisel, a calm and cheerful warrior. As the expedition traverses the mainland, they encounter various individuals, including Renoir and an old man driven by ruthless determination. Verzo, a mysterious stranger who keeps watch of the expedition. Uh, Monaco, a gestural who lives in the mainland and is associated with Verso, and Eskie, a local mythical creature also living in the mainland. Um, right now, we're watching the Gomage as it happens. Um, in this, in the beginning prologue of the game. Um, so, where do I start? I love turn-based games. I love turn-based games. The way this game has created a very unique style of turn-based combat really gripped me from the start. With the parry and dodge system, you can see that this this game is pulling from inspiration from different, you know, entities, like Final Fantasy, like Persona, but still is very original. Um, the music is amazing. I love the music. I've put the soundtrack on a couple times in the car to listen to some of the music. The art style is beautiful. The characters are very deep and well written. The cast is amazing. It's just overall it's been an amazing game so far. While I have not gotten too deep into it, it has been quite. I'm hooked. It's got me hooked. Um, to give you a little more insight on the development of this game, it's all independent. It is all independent. The lead developer was a former employee of Ubisoft, and he had the idea based off of Final Fantasy, and he put a team together of, I think it's like 50 other developers. I think it was the artist, the composer, Lorien Testard, was discovered on SoundCloud. So this is truly just like of not just a very original idea, an original IP, but also it was done by an independent studio, an independent group, you know, and it to me. It was so well executed. I have not seen run into any issues whatsoever on, um, on the actual game itself. But just again, the way it's the way the game kind of lets you build the different create different builds for each character. The characters are all very unique. You see me here getting my ass kicked by Mael in part of the prologue. But again, the quick time, events that occur for the attacks, the dodging and parry system that is involved in this game, very reminiscent of like Souls-like games. I'll tell you, I struggled with the parry, but I've always struggled with parries. Um, so that's nothing new. Um, I am. I'll be honest because I wanted to get um, enough footage to show off during while I talked about this. I did turn the game difficulty down to baby mode, um, and it did make it a little easier. But I was still getting my ass rocked. Like I said, I haven't gotten too far into the story, um, but I picked up enough to really get a feel for the game. And again, like I said, you can see the inspiration behind, but in this game from different entities like Persona, for example. With the active mod, menu as you attack, and the quick time events, and the turn-based style of Final Fantasy, even going through the different iterations of the series and how it's evolved. But it's a refreshing take on turn-based combat for one. It keeps it interesting. It keeps it fun. It keeps it lively. It doesn't, get monotonous of okay, attack, attack, attack. Like it's a lot of different elements. There's another mechanic in the fighting where you can shoot, whether it be with Gustav with the gun, Lune with some magic and stuff. But it's just different elements and different strategies you can take to defeat enemies based on weaknesses and things like that. Um, the the leveling system and how it was created has been very for me simple. And the pictos and all that was a little hard, but I'm starting to get the hang of it, and different and upgrading and giving these abilities to different people, and utilizing them to become sort of like an expert master. Um, has always been has been very easy to get a handle for as we continue to progress. As I continue to progress in the game, I've only gotten 3 party members so far, which is Gustav, Lune, and Mael, and I love how different they are. I love how different they fight. I mean, we have the way that Gustav fights with I forgot the name of the thing that he uses on his arm, but that kind of like gauntlet arm gimmick that he utilizes, where he overcharges his attacks. You have the magician, the mage of the game, or at least so far the mage of the game, Lune, and her style of fighting, and the use of magic and different skills that are magic based is also awesome. Mael was a very interesting one because she's a stance character. She uses a rapier, and it's just like she flows in battle. She's got different stances, and if she continues to flow, she continues to do different things. There's the offensive, there's a defensive stance, and how how she flows between those attacks is very unique, very awesome. I loved it. Like I said, the art direction of this game is phenomenal. Here you see just what the world looks like as we're walking around different areas. With that said, I am playing this on an Xbox Series S, so the graphics are even better in higher power systems, including PC, PS5, Xbox Series S, X. It's a $50 game, and it's for free as part of the Game Pass. It's on Game Pass. Like, it's amazing. This to me not only is a game of the year contender, it's definitely my game of the year. And I only foresee 2 games that could possibly dethrone it for me as game of the year, and that is Death Stranding 2 and Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. And I'll be completely honest. Snake Eater is one of my all-time favorite games, and I've seen the things that they do, that they've done so far in some of the trailers, and I don't foresee this game getting knocked off my game of the year. And honestly, I'm probably going to rank it into my list of favorite games of all time. It's probably going to go in there because it's just that good. Like I said, as a fan of turn-based combat, you see the different elements from the history of turn-based combat, going back as far as Super Mario RPG. You know, uh, as I've said before, Final Fantasy, Persona, Metaphor. Like I said, just how the menu is as you're seeing here in the battle, the different skills you utilize and how they all work, the parry system, the dodge system. I mean, again, I suck and I get hit like I did there. I'm not doing a very good job of showing off in this part of the video, but as we get further into it, um, see, I dodged that one. I'm still getting the timing of it down, but as I progress and just gotten more practice, one of the things that I've read online is that if you can dodge the attack and you can slowly ease into parrying the attacks. So as you fight different characters, different creatures, time the dodges, and then if you can get that down, use that to time the parries. The parries window is quite small, but it's there. I will also say the grapple mechanic that has been implemented into this game is so awesome. At least in my opinion, just just throw the damn dash away. Um, Again, just there's so much in this game. There was so much love and care put into it. Uh, this is an independent game, and like I said, I don't see anything coming out that's gonna dethrone it. That's just my personal opinion. I've been wrong, but I don't foresee a game being not just this good, this well received. I mean, we're talking. I mean, this game has skyrocketed into in sales. It's been been talking about it, and I'll be honest, I did not hear about this game until pretty much like maybe like less than a month before it came out, and everyone was talking about it. Like I said, here's the menus to attack different skills and weapons, pick those and all that. But I didn't hear about this game until about a month or so before, maybe even less. Um, and everyone was talking so greatly about it. I saw the trailer. I'm like, all right, let's try this. Um, and I was very happy that I did. And I recommend anyone that is an RPG fan, anyone who is a turn-based combat fan, um, give it a try. Even if you're not a fan of turn-based combat, this game provides such a refreshing take on turn-based combat that I feel that even those that don't like turn-based combat will gravitate towards this game and enjoy it. Um, you can set which character you're walking around with, like that. See, and like I said, just like the details in the environment. The little bugs flying around, the leaves coming down. Just the environment is such a beautiful environment. Um, it's a truly phenomenal game. It's definitely one of my favorite games of this year, and it's going on my all-time list for sure. I'm I hope to see more. I don't know where the story leads, but I hope to see more of games like this. Um, I'm definitely looking forward towards um, what else this team does. I know that there's already a live action movie adaptation for the game being developed. So this is how um, confident they were in this game that they've already got a live action adaptation. Just to go through some of the scores that it's received, I mean, Metacritic has it on 91 on PC, 92 on PS5, 91 on Xbox Series X and S. Open Critic has it at 97% recommend. The Structoid gave it a 9.5 out of 10. Eurogamer gave it a 4 out of 5. Game Informer gave it a 9 out of 10. GameSpot gave it a 9 out of 10. Games Radar gave it a 4.5 out of 5. Hardcore Gamer gave it a 4.5 out of 5. IGN gave it a 9 out of 10. PC Gamer from the US gave it a 70 out of 100. PC Games N gave it a 8 out of 10. Push Square gave it a 9 out of 10. RPG Gamer gave it a 5 out of 5. RPG Fan gave it a 99 out of 100. And the list goes on. Here's some more of the combat. And like I said, different ways to approach the battles. It gives you so many options. And it's cool also that it gives you that Final Fantasy X like stack of which character is doing what when the turns are coming up. That's awesome. And I know that's been a staple in other games. So that's just the example I use because that was one of the games that I remember having that kind of identifier of who's going next and in what order everyone is doing what. It's fun getting that boost. Like I said, I'm still at this point. I'm still getting my timing down. So to me, I think the struggle I've been having with the parries and the dodges have been that I'm trying to anticipate it in a way like I have to be ahead of it, but it needs to be right on time. And here's some more of the combat. And again, when you hit that, when you were able to hit that perfect, it's just so satisfying. I did not dodge that at all. I did not parry that at all. I didn't dodge it at all. As you can see, as we've been progressing, we're opening up our skills and all that. And I don't know what it is about Lune. I don't know if it's like the mage, the mysterious mage, kind of not mysterious per se, but just like I just love the character. I don't know why. She just I gravitated towards her as soon as I met her. This is the merchant, and you can actually unlock items if you fight the merchant. And you can pick which character you fight them with. Noko. Noko's adorable. I'm just going to say it. See, those perfects, it's so awesome. Getting that boost of damage. Still not doing well with the dodges and parries. I struggled a little bit with Noko because the way that when it jumped, I thought he was hitting, but he really was just still coming down. Status effects and things like that. You also jump. There's certain attacks you can't parry or dodge. You have to jump. And then as a group, collectively, if you time the jump well, you could do a counter. And with the parries, if you parry the attack, if a perfect parry will give you a counter attack as well. In some like attacks where some creatures will attack you twice and one hit you twice. Like this one, for example, he hits me twice, right? If I parried both of them, which I unsuccessfully didn't do, I would have counter hit, which would do some great damage. See, I'm parrying before the hit comes in, before they launch the hit, because it looks like it's coming down. Like I expect it to come down immediately, but they kind of and then do one of these. So my timing is still the stains. The stains that are attached to Lune, Lune's weapon, they can give power boosts. Certain skills will utilize stains in order to give the attack power boost, which also is pretty dope. So there's an added bonus on top of the skills that you're developing. The skill tree is pretty awesome too. Like I said, it's just very simple. You can approach characters and do this, which is a first strike, and get the first hit with your characters. So like again, one thing I do with Gustav, I hit those weak spots to try to get the creature down some energy. Followed up with some stuff with Lune. And here's the stance. So she's stanceless right now. We're going into an offense attack, right? And now she's an offensive. So, and then there's a powerless is a debuff. There's a powerless debuff that you can inflict on creatures, and there's other debuffs as well that come through in the game. But see, now she's standing in a different position, right? She's got her she's in her stance. So in my next attack, oh look, I parried, and there's the counter. I finally start to parry, right? I think I was a little impressed with myself there that I hesitated. So we go into, and then I use a new skill, and I will use, in this one, I believe I use Spark, and I kill them. But she goes into these different stance. If you do not use the appropriate stance, so you go from offensive to defensive to, kind of like a hybrid version of it, you go back into stanceless mode. If you're in defense, you take less damage. If you get hit. Can we discuss also? So Lune, she's barefoot, but old girl, she just float through the world. I would love to. It's like a Peter Pan float too. It's just like a Peter Pan float. Recoat, so you can recoats you can get to kind of to basically you will reallocate your points. So you'll erase everything and restart your build again with the points that you have. Again, the grappling aspect is so awesome. I love how you traverse through the world between climbing and the grapple, jumping, and all that. The game rewards you with exploring because I'm always finding different things. This I picked up a new Pictos augmented arm, and then we try to develop it and try to give it to everyone. This was the only problem I had. I didn't know how to get down, but we don't take fall damage. So here, if you do this, if you hit, I forget, I think it's Y. If you do that before you start the encounter, you get the first strike. Now this little bugger on the left is annoying. So we try to blow up the bomb, and it's cool because the bomb does damage to the other guy. And I just took it out with shots. So you use skill points. You use AP. Sorry, AP. For the firing mechanism, but use AP for your skills too. You can do regular attacks as well. So here, we're going into the offensive stance, and I love how elegant she moves. Mael is definitely my second favorite. So far, I've only been locked to it. Once I meet the other characters, I might, change up my style. But see, so now we went into the defensive stance. And her stance is different now, which, it's just those little details I really enjoyed. She's in stance, so she's got to stand in a certain way. So, again, so overall, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say my review so far, 10 out of 10. That's it. I'm giving it a 10. I gotta give it a solid 10. I'm recommending this to anybody that I can too, because it's just such a wonderful game. And to have a studio, an independent studio, put out such an amazing, this is AAA level game right here. Yeah, it's funny. One of the interviews that the developer came out with, they said that if he had tried to make the try to get this game greenlit at a major studio, it would take years and would probably still not get made. Um, so for them to go independent and for him to go independent and bring in a bunch of what he said were junior devs from into this game and create this studio and build this game and um, you got a dream, go for it. And this is a very big example of that. You got a dream, take the shot, and um, support the game. I'm gonna buy it on PlayStation. Uh, I'm definitely gonna buy it on PlayStation, um, just so I have a physical copy of the game. That's how much I love this game so far, and I don't think that'll change. I really do not see anything changing that. Again, I am playing it on easy story. I think it's called story mode. Not story mode per se, but that's like the level. I don't remember the exact difficulty names of it. I should have probably written that down. But I think with practice, I can get down the parry. I've always sucked at parrying. I always sucked at. I'm good at quick time events. I'm good at quick time events. It's never been good at parrying. So let me know in the comments if you've tried it out. If you're interested in trying it out. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of it or any of the topics that we've touched on today. So and with that, I will say thank you as always for supporting the Power Up podcast. We're episode 8, still going strong. Doing a lot more things here in the near future. We're going to do some fun things, some out of the norm things as well for the future episodes. But thank you guys for your support. With that, I'm signing off. And as always, be good or be good at it. Thank you.